What does a woman want? Freud asked the question no man dared to formulate. The unsettling part wasn't the question, it was that he himself couldn't answer it. The more he studied it, the more he understood that feminine desire isn't governed by logic, morals, or reciprocity. Feminine desire is something else, unpredictable, changeable, unconscious. If you don't understand it, you'll destroy yourself trying to please it. A woman can love you today and despise you tomorrow. She can desire you with fire and extinguish you with ice. She can cry for you and then forget you without guilt. For the man trapped in romantic illusion, this is devastating. Freud said it, wrote it, screamed it between the lines. Feminine desire doesn't seek love, it seeks something deeper, darker, more uncontrollable. For saying that, they called him a misogynist, ridiculed him, silenced him. But the truth remains, waiting for a brave man to face it and say, "Now I understand why I suffered so much. Now I know why she changed, because nothing made sense." This video isn't a critique, it's a mirror that doesn't lie. If you can bear it, it can give you back the clarity you lost chasing a desire that was never yours. Feminine desire isn't love expulsion. Freud understood something few dared consider. Feminine desire isn't love expulsion, but a biological, instinctive, unconscious force. When a man confuses it with love, he becomes a slave to something he cannot fully control, understand, or satisfy. Freud saw it with clinical clarity. A woman doesn't desire like a man. She doesn't love with the same structure. She doesn't seek the same thing. What a man calls connection, she experiences as energy. What he sees as romance, she feels as activation. What for him is eternity, for her can be a momentary impulse, and that destroys. The man who loves from the soul cannot comprehend how something so intense can disappear without warning. How someone who desired him last night can be cold today. How a devoted woman can become distant with a single glance, a single change in the wind. But Freud knew. Feminine drive doesn't respond to logic. It responds to the unconscious, to forces beneath consciousness, forces she often doesn't understand herself. She doesn't know why she stopped desiring you. She doesn't know why she lost interest. She doesn't know why another man activates what you no longer can. But she feels it, and that's enough. You, meanwhile, break yourself, strive, look for reasons, wonder what you did wrong. There's no answer because it's not guilt, not a decision, it's a drive. Freud called it the id, a mind area with no morality, no rules, no duty, only desire, need, tension, demanding release. In women, that area is more complex, mysterious, unstable, not because she's inferior, but because she's designed to adapt, change, protect her emotional and biological survival. She doesn't desire what suits her. She desires what activates her, and that changes daily, minute by minute, hormone by hormone. If you don't understand that, you'll spend your life trying to be the right one without realizing her desire isn't fixed on the one who tries hardest, but on the one who ignites something she can't explain. When that disappears, she does too. It doesn't matter how many memories, promises, or how much love you think there was. If desire fades, the story is erased, leaving you with an empty soul and one question: what did I do wrong? The answer, though painful, is simple. You confuse desire with love, drive with connection, instinct with surrender. Freud said, "A woman doesn't own her desire, and the man who tries to please it loses his soul. She doesn't seek your soul, she seeks activation. If you stop provoking her, you stop existing for her." That's the raw, unfair, implacable truth, yet necessary. Only by seeing it can you stop living in the illusion that being good, faithful, and constant will ever be enough. It won't be, not for desire. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you can stop trying to conquer something not designed to be conquered, but activated by instinct. There's a silent tragedy repeating daily, unseen in news, social media, or words. You see it in the eyes of a man who gave everything and was still forgotten. A man who loved as taught, with fidelity, constancy, devotion, sacrifice, and received silence, distance, coldness, replacement. He doesn't understand, believing he did everything right, followed rules, was noble, sincere, brave, and thus deserved love. But he doesn't know feminine desire doesn't reward effort. It rewards activating something she can't control. When that disappears, nothing else matters. The man who doesn't understand lives frustrated, confused, broken. With each new relationship, he hopes this time will be different, but nothing changes within him. He repeats the cycle, gives, waits, gets excited, falls again, because he hasn't learned the hardest lesson. Feminine desire isn't logical, fair, or linear. It's instinctive and sometimes cruel. Freud understood, studied, observed it in hundreds of patients' cases, stories ending the same. A man shattered for not understanding what she truly wanted. The irony is, she doesn't know either. Her desire comes from the unconscious body, emotion, not duty, history, or promise. So when that desire fades, she leaves. Not out of malice, but internal coherence. Staying without desiring you feels like betrayal to herself. You, who thought love could do everything, become a spectator of your own downfall. You see her move away, change, laugh with another, powerless. You try to win her back, do more, give more, beg, humiliate yourself. The more you do, the more she leaves. Nothing is more undesirable than a man who lost his center. Your real destruction begins not when she leaves, but when you stop seeing yourself as a man, stop respecting yourself, believe you need her desire for value. That's the bottom, the abyss, where many remain broken, cynical, extinguished, unaware it began with a lie. You could conquer her desire like a trophy for good behavior. Freud knew. Desire isn't negotiated, it's awakened or not. When it fades, nothing can be done. The man who doesn't understand begs for nothing, losing himself more. Until one day, if lucky, he looks in the mirror and says the phrase that changes everything, "I won't die for a desire that wasn't mine." That's where return, awakening, reconstruction begin, but only if he stops trying to understand her and starts understanding himself. Freud was clear. After years studying mind, dreams, traumas, symptoms, when asked what baffled him most, he replied, "What does a woman want?" He said it not mockingly, but with surrender, respect, certainty. He'd entered a terrain where rational language, logic, analysis fail. A woman, as a subject of desire, isn't linear, fixed, predictable. She's an enigma. The man who tries to understand her like an equation is doomed to get lost in her labyrinth. Many try to decipher her, read every message, interpret every gesture, predict every reaction, and worse, adapt behavior not to inconvenience, lose, or break the bond. In that process, the man erases himself, acting not from essence but calculation, anxiety, fear. For her, that's lethal, not because she hates him, but it disconnects her. A woman doesn't desire the one who studies her. She desires the one who stands firm, who doesn't need to please her to exist. The error is trying to please her, believing if you're sensitive, present, attentive, sweet, understanding, she'll desire you more. But desire doesn't work that way. Freud knew. Desire activates in mystery, firmness, healthy emotional distance, certainty you're with yourself even if she moves away. Modern man was educated in reverse, told to understand, protect, validate, adjust to her. He did. He lost his center, and she felt it, stopped seeing him as a man. Feminine desire doesn't choose the one who kneels. It chooses the one who stands firm. She doesn't need you to understand her. She needs to feel you don't get lost because of her. When that happens, when you stop orbiting her energy and hold your own, something changes. You're no longer the one who begs or waits. You're the one who walks. And if she wants, she accompanies you. If not, nothing changes. This is only possible when you stop solving the enigma, looking for the formula, accepting her desire as a living phenomenon without explanation, not defining you. You're not here to solve the woman. You're here to solve yourself. From there, look at her without need, anxiety, expectation. Freud intuited. Perhaps the mystery isn't meant to be solved. It's meant to teach you not everything is about you. Not everything is fair. Not everything has logical sense. That lesson, though painful, liberates. The day you stop trying to please her and start living as a real man, present, structured, imperturbable, she feels it. If anything activates feminine desire, it's a man no longer waiting for anything. There's a lie so big, dangerous, deeply ingrained, it's destroyed millions of men unknowingly. The lie: she desires like you, her love like yours, her desire as deep, faithful, constant as yours. If you love with strength, devotion, clean intention, she'll do the same. Not real. Never been real. Freud was among the first to see it clearly. Feminine desire isn't a straight line. It's a bending curve, a changing impulse, a fire that burns and fades without warning. The man who loves from structure doesn't understand. He loves from commitment, soul, decision. She loves from activation, emotion, what happens in her body, context, moment perception. So yesterday's passion can be today's discomfort. Yesterday's devotion can seem too much. What you thought eternal, she barely remembers as a phase. You, who gave everything, wonder if she used you, faked it, lied. No. She felt it truly for a moment. When her desire changed, everything else changed, not from malice or strategy, but nature. Freud said, "Feminine desire has no ethics, it has impulse." That sums it up. Man believes if he's ethical, correct, gives cleanly, feminine desire will respond. It doesn't. She doesn't reward your nobility. She doesn't reciprocate devotion. She doesn't stay because she needs you. She stays while she desires you. That desire doesn't depend on your actions. It depends on what activates something within her. That breaks a man, leaving him without formula, control, guarantee. The brutal part: no guarantee. You can do everything right and still lose her. One who doesn't accept that lives enslaved by illusion, addicted to emotional effort, to maybe if I do more, to maybe if I show her how much I love her. Every attempt makes him less desirable, masculine, worthy. Feminine desire doesn't respond to need. It responds to presence. A needy man loses presence. The great lie was making you believe you could win her desire with merits, loyalty, history. Desire isn't won, it's awakened. Sometimes it just leaves. When that happens, nothing to save. Only the truth remains. Freud's truth. The one the world silenced. The one few men see. She doesn't desire like you. That doesn't make her guilty, but forces you to wake up. Freud died unable to answer his question. What does a woman want? Not from lack of tools or intelligence, but because he understood what the world still denies. A woman doesn't want what you think. Her desire isn't logical, fair, permanent. It's a language untranslatable, only observed and respected without surrender. Freud was silenced not for errors, but for truths. He exposed what still terrifies modern man: the impossibility of controlling feminine desire, the certainty your devotion, effort, loyalty may mean nothing. Your worth doesn't depend on her desire, but on your self-possession when she doesn't desire you. That's the true test. Not winning her, but not losing yourself if she leaves. Not regaining her love, but regaining your presence. A man trying to conquer a woman's desire spins in circles, dying slowly with each unanswered message, cold glance, night wondering what he did wrong. The answer: he loved her as if she were him. Now you know. You can't unsee it. You can't love from ignorance again. Now there's truth. Hard, uncomfortable, but yours. If this truth hurt, touched you, if someone finally put into words what you couldn't explain, write it in the comments. Not for me, for you. Naming pain is the first step to stop it controlling your life. If this content helped, if this reflection deserves to reach more men, support my work by becoming a channel member. Link pinned in. First comment. No need to thank me. Just keep going. Keep seeing clearly. Keep walking firmly. Keep breathing from your center. She may desire you or not, but you no longer need that to be who you came to be.